Hello, everybody. Welcome to the invasion. The invasion. The aliens are here. Another night of. Hold on, I unmute you. There you go, Richard. That's you unmuted now.
They're not here yet.
First, shout out to Mac. Haven't even started the show, and Mac sent in a super chat. So thank you very much, Mac the Human. Appreciate that. Really, really does. Last wee while the community's been very, very good and helping out and supportive. And I'm not going to get embarrassed, but I'll just say thank you to everybody. So we all know why we're here, and it's not just Richard's beard. Although I've seen your beard is back, Richard. Your beard's back in the live chat.
I hadn't seen him for a while. I don't know. Maybe he took a vacation, but he's back in the chat. Yeah.
You keep him chloroformed, you see. Maybe he's got the, figured out.
I do no such thing.
Shout out.
I'm good to the beard.
Shout out to everybody that's turned up tonight. Crypta, Dave, Mac, Mr. Willis is here. Sammy's here. Sammy, stay awake. Maybe join the after party if you're up for it. And everybody's here. So, Richard, for the non-orientated and watching back, would you like to give a quick hello and who you are?
Sure. I'm representing Demolished Doctrine channel, which I think is a lot more important than me as a person, because what I'm talking about over there on Demolished Doctrine and some of the things we talk about here, we talk about more things over there, but on the same idea system, is that there is a plausible explanation that is reasonable in reality, consistent with reality as we know it. That is a way of looking at these ancient religious stories, which, by the way, I don't think they were ever intended to be like quote unquote religious. They weren't built to make superstition. It's just that's what people did with them. Maybe it's in our nature to do silly things like that. So that's what this is.
It's an instruction manual. You see it as an instruction manual.
I do. I see it as an instruction manual. There's some general stuff for the populace, but the instruction manual it's obviously mostly intended for the hero, almost entirely.
Right. Well, we will just jump straight into it. And if anyone's noticed, I did a wee swap around. We've got. Oh, can we do it this way? No, we have to do it this way. We've got the dog now, so the views should go up. Say hello, puppy. Hello. Yeah, we've got a new 2-seater and stuff and all, so we should chill and let me know if the audio or nothing's working. This is the first live stream.
Sounds good. I'm getting no echo. Sounds great.
StreamYards does an awful lot of good work, though. I go straight through OBS for them, but not Martha. Anyway. Oh, yes, I didn't ask Richard about that. Richard, did you know that Jill's doing a stream about you?
I was informed of it. It would have been nice if Jill had informed me.
Mm-hmm.
I found out from someone else, and then I had to ask him for a link. And he said, "Oh, anyone can come on any one of my streams." I'm like, "Well, yeah, but you're doing a stream about me and my heresy. Don't you think you should at least let me know that? Wouldn't that have been nice?"
No. How would you?
No.
How would he rant if you defended yourself?
Well, I intend to go in and not let him rant, actually, if he'll allow me.
Plan destroyed, but he'd probably keep you in the back every time you outspeak him. But enough about that fucking troll. Richard.
Yeah.
You and your beautiful voice. Can you see where I have it highlighted here?
I have at 7.
At 7, yes. So, if you would like to start, and
okay, if everybody's ready, sure. And to the angel of the church in Philadelphia, write, these things saith he that is holy, he that is true, he that hath the key of David,
that's the
he that openeth and no man can shutteth, and shutteth and no man can openeth.
Right,
Sir,
so that would be the kingdom of David, the key to the kingdom of David.
Right.
Kingdom
which
of David
means
heaven.
Heaven. It means heaven, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's got the key to heaven. If he opens the door, no one else can shut it, or no man can shut it. I'd have to look up the word man there if it's more general and could mean angel, because sometimes it can.
We're not going to go.
But either way, he says nobody shuts it if he opens the door for you.
He that hath the key,
Either
he
way,
that
it would
opens
mean
it,
that.
no man shutteth, and no man openeth. So only he can open and close it.
That's right.
So only this man is the way to heaven. Same sort of bullshit at the same start of every letter. This is an amazing guy. He's coming with the message.
That's basically it.
Basically it. Yeah. Just reinforcing that,
And he said unto the people, I am all that and a bag of ho-hos. No, that's not in there.
There's a bag of hose.
A bag of ho-hos.
Oh, ho-hos. I thought we
It's
were
a
in
famous
Islam.
American dessert cake.
Ah,
Ho-hos. You don't know what a ho-ho is, do you?
no.
They don't sell those over there.
No.
All that and a bag of chips.
Oh, fuck. There you go. Boop. I forgot to put... I says let me know if the video and audio was good, and everyone said the audio and the video was perfect, but they forgot to tell me that I hadn't got the fucking thing on the screen for them.
Aye. You're right. My fault.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
So, verse 8.
Is Sergeant Sam the person you know, like, on a physical level?
Yes.
Okay, that same guy. Okay. Anyway, all right, 8. Yes. I know thy works. That sounds vaguely familiar from the other letters. Behold, I have set before thee an open door. So you're welcome, and no man can shut it. You just said that. For thou hast a little strength, and hast kept my word, and has not denied my name. Okay, so you haven't totally screwed up. Cool.
Right, yeah, so the door's open. You can get to heaven if you want. You've been a decent lad.
Right on. Something like that. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
Right.
Okay, that's all pretty straightforward. Nothing to discuss there.
Oh.
Except for that there are people who think that they're Jews and they profess that, but they're actually preaching Satan.
Yes, well, they're these bad, misguided people who's preaching the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm. And since there's only 2 references in the Bible, Jew and Gentile, then this could be any kind of a believer in Yahweh, not necessarily just Jewish.
Yes,
this could include several Christian groups.
So
and
bad
I think
believers,
it actually does include several Christian groups.
Right. So come and worship at my feet. Right? If I say that to anyone, that's very master dominating. That's very controlling.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
And without the context of some kinks and things like that, you generally don't love the person that you're demanding around. Like, so unless God is a very kinky sort of guy, that's not the relationship I'd like to have with him. But the whole get over here and get at my feet, and that's how I'm going.
It's actually get over here and get at his feet. Read it again.
Yeah. Right.
I will cause them to worship you, not I will cause them to worship me.
Still, it's very demanding.
It is very demanding. I mean, to make that happen without just, physical command,
Mm-hmm.
to make someone like think that they are actually genuinely and should be worshiping someone else, you're going to have to approve some big stuff.
I don't know about any sort of how you would define someone who is worthy of worship.
I think a good start would be if they saved your ass for eternity. That would be a good start.
Eternally thankful. Should I worship them?
Well, what do you mean by worship anyway? What do you think worship means here? That's an interesting question. What do you think worship means here?
Well, worship, I was going to say prognosticate, worship.
Prognosticate.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this word comes
Prostation.
out worship.
Is it
here.
prostation? Is it prostation?
What?
I'm trying to think.
Prostrate?
Prostrate. Thank you.
Prostration.
Yes.
That's the word.
Okay. Yes. Worship. Prostration. Holding this person in awe. Rather than, like a doctor that saved my life, I would be eternally thankful for, but I'd never hold that doctor in awe.
Actually, you would somewhat, I think. If there was a really difficult operation that saved your life and there was like a good chance that you weren't going to make it, and they managed to save your ass.
Big present. And Christmas cards every year, but not held in awe. Because at the end of the day, there probably could have been a better doctor out there. I just couldn't have got hold of that doctor. This is just the best that I've got. Now, he was competent and he did the job, but it took him 6 hours. Right? Why didn't I go to the other doctor that I couldn't get if I went private? He only could have done it in 2 hours, and it'd have been healthier and healed faster. So that's why should this particular person be held in awe? He's not the best doctor. He just saved me.
I think the key word here is worship that we're really talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, part of the idea of worshiper is to be a slave. and vice versa. Part of being a slave is being a worshiper, just in case people didn't know that. But it's talking about voluntary worship, not forced worship.
I will make them come. Not ask.
I will make them. Yeah.
Not ask.
What's wrong with make?
Make is forceful.
Oh, no. Make could be only have been persuasive. In fact, I think I could make you thank me or make you cuss me out just by things that I might say.
Right, and would I be right in saying that if you had to make me say thank you, it would be bringing up something that you've done for me to elicit
genuinely meant thank you?
But elicit a thank from me. So you went out of your way to get a thank from me and made a point of it. That's a vindictive thing. It's not a nice way. It's in a public forum like this.
No. Well, in a public forum like this, of course, that would be manipulative and show-offy and lots of stuff. But,
which God would be doing.
But we can certainly say,
which God.
I mean, I've done things for people and they genuinely thanked me. I never asked for thanks.
Yes.
I never suggested I should be thanked or anything like that.
I give you thanks. Bow down and all that there. But you've done things and I've said thank you. But what I'm pointing out is,
sure, it's because we're being polite to each other.
If you're making someone to do it, even if you're using that sort of persuasion, that in itself
could be. I agree. It could be
vindictive. Not vindictive, but
but
not with the best of intentions.
It could go either way. I totally agree. It could go either way. Okay, but I think in this case, it's talking about the signs of end times and the arrival of angels, and the second half of end times, and the angels actually actively doing things to the earth that we will see in real time. Yeah, and that's the persuasive part. Now we could discuss whether or not that's righteous.
Well, the persuasive
but I think that's what's being referred to here.
Okay, well, I'll do a short version of the persuasive part, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. And it's where the alien overlords thing came from. It's because they're gonna come down, they're gonna fucking measure everybody to see if you're a Nephilim.
Well, you skipped a step. Bring them to one place on the earth to measure, and then measure them.
Yes, they're gonna split the family up, and then bring people to get them measured, right? So you're not going to be with your family. They're going to come and knock your door down. They're going to break your door down if you are against them. They're going to come in. They're going to drag you out and take you to somewhere.
They're going to drag you out if you fight. That's right. You are going.
Yeah, and they're going to take you somewhere where you do not want to go, away from your family, away from everyone. These aliens...
Your family's going there too. Wait a minute. Your family's going there too. You're not going by yourself. Everybody goes.
But we're not...
Everybody
you said that they split us all
up. Adults get ranked by their birth sign, or Chinese zodiac sign, or Celtic zodiac sign,
right?
But I think children's just go with moms below a certain age,
right?
So it's not really completely breaking up.
As
the little ones that don't know what's going on, they'll.
Well, as a daddy that gets away from his kid, I'm a little unhappy. I'm a little unhappy, right? But anyway, aliens come, measure you up, then they basically put you in an internment camp while they measure you, because that's what people are going to think it is. It's not going to look with golden roads and all this. It's going to have fences. It's going to have cages. And people...
I don't think there's a need for fences when there's nowhere to walk from in the middle of a big ash bed more than 600 miles across. There's nowhere to walk to.
People will still escape.
Nobody will try to walk away.
Oh, yes, they would. If I'm in a cage in the middle of the fucking desert, or I'm in a prison in the middle of the desert, I would rather escape and die in the desert than stay in prison, because it's my own terms. I won't, because you've given me the information. So when all this happens, I'm just putting my feet up and going, have you got Richard's number? Give him a buzz. I'm top of the line.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, but you do raise a good point, because apparently when a certain singular angel is done bringing a human being to the area for judgment, they go take their place on the mountain range around the caldera. And there's so many of them by the time that it's done. You'd say 8 billion or more. By the time that it's done, the mountains are covered, and the mountains look like they're white instead of black. So yeah, you could call that a fence, I guess.
There's a caldera, as in there's a meteorite attack area.
No, I think this is going to be done at Yellowstone.
Oh,
that is the rock of help with the lake in the middle with the jagged
I know Yellowstone's caldera.
like a millstone.
I was just thinking
I think it's gonna
Caldera
be
as in a
Yellowstone.
big dip. Maybe they'd attacked this planet as well before they'd.
No,
You know.
and it'll be warm there because the rock will still be radiating heat. Be
Right.
nice.
So that is
Probably
the
a lake in the
invasion.
middle. Yeah.
That's the thing that, in your opinion, isn't making them and not persuasive.
Okay, the whole drag you for judgment, like it or not, that's making you do something, no doubt. I think there's a large percentage of people that by the time that happens, they'll be like, "Oh, I get it. These are human aliens. I'm cool," and it won't be making them. It'll be inviting them and allowing them to go get measured for sin.
I don't give a fuck if the bastard.
For
looks
some
like me.
people, not so much. Some
Yeah.
people won't like it.
You know, it wouldn't matter if he looked like. But he's not going to look like me. They're going to be what, 9 foot tall?
It's something about 8 feet tall, something like that.
Yeah, so they're
Like.
larger humans than us as well.
Yeah, and prettier than we are, and smarter by a lot.
Are they alien style bald, or do they have hair? Is it flowing?
They're not to trim their beards, so I'm thinking they have hair just like we do.
Right, it's a lot of bearded people.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Well, I'm sure the women don't have beards much. There's women angels too. I mean,
Okay. Right. Verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So what's this hour of temptation?
I think the hour of temptation is the second half of end times. And that would also include the one who is tempted in his hour of temptation. I will keep you from. That is, I'll protect you while it's going on. But we already know that when one stays in perfect prayer, the Holy Spirit guides what they say. They don't have to just speak for themselves. They're not out there dangling in the wind, so to speak.
So
In the temptation of Christ, this actually makes sense.
the hour of temptation is after the aliens come down and when Jesus actually takes his job upon himself to convert the people.
Sure,
who
the 3.5 years of, right.
Right, so that's the hour of temptation. Okay.
Well, it's somewhere in there.
Somewhere in there, or is completely different?
Okay, the hour of temptation for the people is the hard part of end times, of course.
Yep.
Because that's when the beast of Satan rises up and tries to trick them and keep them continuing to reject heaven. He doesn't have to change their minds. He just has to reinforce what they already think. You see. So that's a pretty easy job. And then, of course, Jesus's job and the 144,000 and the teachers, their job is to go around and fix that. So that's a hard job. You got to change people's minds. But he has a specific hour of temptation after the rise of Satan, the introduction of Satan. The rise of the beast, the introduction of Satan to the beast. It comes the time when Satan offers to save the planet and give it to Jesus. That temptation is what I think it's talking about for him individually.
And this devil, this Satan, this bad person is the person who is chasing Jesus. The previous Jesuses, the whole colony.
Yeah. Arrives shortly after about 40 days after our ancestors get here, they get here.
And rather than capturing the guy that he's been chasing, what's his motivation?
He doesn't want the guy he's been chasing. He wants us. We're his motivation.
Every planet he gets to, he's trying to steal us, steal slaves.
And he succeeds to some extent, enough to make him keep trying.
And he has a different colony ship.
A different colony ship than who?
Then Heaven's a spaceship. Heaven's a spaceship, like a colony ship where everybody
Hell
lives
is
on.
also a set of spaceships.
Yes, so it's another fleet of hell colony ships, yes.
Yeah. Which we've kind of represented what we approximate they are as kind of like the Borg in Star Trek. Something like that. They assimilate, they're emotionless, they don't really understand, nor do they care about anybody else. They're very self-serving. Hold on.
The Borg maybe a few of them things that you mentioned, but the Borg is not self-serving, as in that drone is a
Not
self-serving.
individually, as a group.
It's just one entity. It's a selfish entity, but we're not going to fight over the Borg. But I don't think that the drones are self-serving. They're definitely more socialist, more everybody, more mindset of that sort of
socialism, yeah.
Evil socialism.
But socialism taken to some like emotionless extreme. But yeah.
Funny story, if you ever look into the history of the Borg, we don't even know if this is like the second or the third iteration of the Borg either, man, because it could have flared up and died again. It's, it's an idea, the whole idea of combining.
It's so old, yeah, it's hard to say.
Yeah, so there you go. Right, little Star Trek education for you in the middle of this fucking alien invasion. Right, Richard, go on ahead with we've developed what the hour of temptation is. Come upon the world and try to dwell upon the world. Right, so it's the hour of temptation for everyone in the world that's left.
Right. That's what I think this is. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast, which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. That's really interesting against Christianity. Because it says you have a crown, or the intended reader has a crown, that they could lose. What do you think about that?
Well, according to you, there's only one person that can do this job.
Well, there's only one person given a crown, too. That only makes sense.
Jesus isn't determined from birth.
Sure, he's determined from birth, but look at this. He could fail.
Okay, I can see it. Right, that's a different term. I'm looking at it, take thy crown, as in I could steal it and I could be the king. You're reading it as in take thy crown, as in he could fail.
Well, the one writing this already has this crown, doesn't he?
Well, he has the crown to give him.
That's right. He has the crown of his own, and he has a crown to give away to his son.
Yeah. But there's the two different readings of it, There's the reading of it.
Sure.
Someone can take your crown.
Say what you said again. Maybe I'm not getting what you said.
You're reading it as that no man take thy crown equals you can fail. And I, first time reading it, read it as, a man actually taking your crown can steal your job. Because according to you, Jesus is a job more so than a person.
Jesus is definitely a job.
So if you have the crown and you're the alien Jesus and I run across and go, wink, yay, and run off and I've got the fucking crown on now.
Then you're the alien Jesus.
Am I the alien Jesus? That's
right. The only challenger that I know of is the beast of Satan.
So any man can steal the crown, but you don't know where the on switch is unless you're an actual heavenly being. There's a wee...
The on switch is the seven spirits of God. That's what the on switch is.
Which you only get if you're a heavenly being.
Which you only get if you're following truth.
Right.
You can't have the seven spirits not following truth. That would never work.
Secret password, not on switch. Got it.
Right. Something like that. Him that overcometh, here we go with the promise. Will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go no more out. This is why I know there's only one Jesus per earth, not the same Jesus doing it multiple times. He shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my God. That can't be to every damn Christian. And the name of the city of my God. That can't be to every damn Christian. Which is the New Jerusalem. I added the word the. I think it needs it right there.
Mm-hmm.
Which cometh down out of heaven from my God. And I will write upon him my new name.
My new name. So the guy saying it is getting a new game.
Then the guy who's saying its new name is the name of his son. And by the way, that's a Hebrew tradition.
Passing on the father's name to the son.
Passing on the son's name to the father.
How does that work?
Or at least it's an Arabic tradition.
No, I don't care how any tradition it works. How the fuck do you pass the son's name on to the father? It's a time issue.
When you have a firstborn son, you name the son. And then your name becomes father of that person.
Right. So you're Richard.
It's a father title thing.
Right. So you're Richard, and then you become the father of Billy Bob if you have a son called Billy Bob.
If I name my son Billy Bob, I become Billy Bob's dad. That's what I become.
Right. Okay. I can understand that. Just the whole idea of I was off on timing. Timing issue was my problem. Okay. Right. I don't see the point of it. I'm lost now, but it's my God. I keep seeing my God, my God, my God. Why is it not our God, your God? Why is it always his God?
That's really interesting. I would have to look into the King James and see which one of those words was possibly interjected. Like that word "my" may not even be there.
It says "my" 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times
I see
in verse.
the word "my" right there.
Yeah.
I just have to look at the Greek and see if the word "my" is in the Greek.
Oh no. What I mean is, the fact that you said it may not even be there, I'm saying, well,
it may not even be there.
It's been added at least 4 fucking times. I'd like to think that there was something there. I would say it's a differentiation in maybe a translation, but I would say there's definitely something there for them to put it in 4 times. Hi, Brie.
Yeah, there could be something there, all right. Like a presupposition could be there.
Something.
Looking at this entire page, I see no italicized words. I know that there can't be this many words in a row without them interjecting something for the King James. So I know that this site does not italicize the interjected words that did not appear in the most original texts.
Well, this is the King James.
That doesn't matter. They did not italicize what was interjected.
What do you mean? I understand what you mean by italicized, but what do you mean by interjected?
Sometimes to make things flow in English, they added words.
Oh, right. So, okay, I understand what you're talking about now. Yes. So when they translate it, it comes out in broken English. They stick words in to make it flow better.
Right.
Yes.
Right. But the problem is that those interjected words are your presuppositions. You can't avoid your presuppositions in those interjected words.
Yeah, but if I was writing, just looking at this from a scriptural point of view, trying to get a point across, all right, maybe this is me just being a wee bit more panicky, but saying my God over your God or over our God, that's them 3 words can imply so much.
What are we in here? We're in 3 or 4, and that appears several times from 12 to 15.
Verse 12, chapter 3, verse 12. It says Maya
3:12. Hold on a second. Hold on, let me look it up because I'll just see if they're there.
It's just the fact that if you said our God, we are combining. If you said your God, it's an enemy. You say my God, it's mine. I know I'm extreme in it, but they do imply.
Yeah, fine. I get it. I get what you're saying. It's not invalid. It's a totally valid thing to point out.
I don't know. I'm just trying to fill up dead air while you're on the fucking keyboard googling, man.
Blah, 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 blah. Okay, the first occurrence where it comes out in the English "my" is oh my gosh, there's 3 different roots. Finally got to a primary word here. It means first person.
You can share your screen if you wish to, Richard.
It's not going to be important. It's not going to take that. It's not that important. Me, mine, or my. Yeah, it looks like the word. Yeah, my it's fine translation. My or mine.
Yeah,
or
but
me.
It's definitely
translation.
Singular.
It is in the Greek. It is singular me in the Greek. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's definitely a my God.
And that was the word Mao.
Wow.
And let me see if the other ones are. That's Mao again.
Mao again.
That's Mao again.
Yeah, you see, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So it does say my. It does.
Right. So it's singular over and over and over again.
Yep.
Why do you think that happens?
I have not thought about this. I have not prayed upon this. And let me just see what comes real quickly here. We'll just do it in the moment. Name of my God. From my God. What strikes me is that he's talking about the whole of heaven as God. And actually that makes sense to me with God as a society.
Again, there's multiple meanings with different things, but when I read that...
No, God to me always means the same thing. I haven't varied at all. It's a set of spirits that run a society in order that human society can be utopian.
Okay.
God.
Well, I could say to you that this guy's my God. Right?
Yeah.
And saying it to you, he could also be your God. So
Sure.
by saying my, there is a possibility of our. Okay?
Sure.
When you say yours, that's definitely putting a
Oh,
line up and saying it's not.
that's a good point. Oh, I
Right?
think he's claiming to be the teacher of the Christ of who God is.
And
That kind of my God, the God
I'm
I've described.
reading it as a very authoritarian sort of making a point.
Sure.
Like we could both share a God, but when I say he's fucking mine, that's me putting my foot down and setting a point of
Right.
authority.
I think he's saying I'm the one that has expressed this to the intended reader. I'm the one that has expressed this to you. That's why it's my God, the one I've expressed.
I'm the one in authority.
Right.
I'm
Because
seen,
he's the teacher.
yeah, I'm seen as well. That's the way but the point I'm making with it. I know you're getting exciting because it's agreeing with you, but again, I'm leaning more towards the authoritarian, the bossiness.
I don't know that that's wrong, though. There's nothing wrong with authoritarian perspective when it's appropriate. It's when someone's not an authority and they claim to be that we should object.
Saying that it's okay to have authority over someone whenever it's appropriate just sounds like the end justifies the means, and I don't like that phrase at all. And I know that's a little twist.
How many tests have you performed in physics?
What do you mean? Like, have I thrown a ball and caught a
tell me
ball,
about
or have
the
I went
speed
to
of light
college?
test. Tell me about the speed of light test you've conducted.
I switch the torch on and it hits the wall and I start my stopwatch.
That's not the speed of light test.
It is. This is when it hits the wall, I stop the stopwatch.
That's low. You are fast.
7 decimal places, my stopwatch, man.
You're like the Flash kind of fast if you can do that. Yeah, actually, we all accept authorities on certain topics, especially things we don't find controversial.
Okay, we're going to flip between religion and something we can physically prove, but okay. Moving on then. This guy hath an ear.
That's it. That's the end of the letter.
No, we've got 13.
Yeah, that's what I mean. This is it. This is the end of the letter. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches.
Well, we've only been going half an hour. Do you want to squeeze another letter in, or do you want to fucking end it like?
Open it up.
You want to open it up?
Open it up.
Open it up.
That's the end of the letter. Open it up.
Open.
It's not my fault it's a short letter.
You want to open up the panel or open up onto the next letter?
Let's open up the panel, if you would, please.
Right. Well, is Mac free? Is anyone in the audience free? Well, hold on. We haven't even got the fucking... Is that the end of the letter?
It said, churches, let him who have an ear churches. That's the end of a letter.
Oh, it is. Yeah. And 14, and on to the angel church of the...
Next line, Laodiceans. Yeah.
Didn't know that was a hard rule, 1 letter per episode. But okay, we're going to get rid of this cunt. Loveface XYZ. How do they keep coming in?
I don't know how they find live shows. It must be apparently pretty easy because they're just porn bombing everybody.
Oh, they're just bots, man.
Yeah.
They're just bots. Right, I get the link here.
Loveface XY. Online strips without clothing. I don't know how you start stripping without clothing. That's the first logical objection I have there. I don't know what stripping is if you don't remove clothing. So I don't know what that means. And doesn't all stripping involve removing clothing or removing something? I mean, if I strip a car of its paint, I've removed the paint, didn't I?
You have to have the paint to begin with.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Right. We'll give it 5 minutes to see if people jump in.
I think English is not their first language, whoever wrote that. That's what I think.
Oh, yeah, they're bots, man. They're bots. Right, I'm highlighting the blue. We'll leave it there for a wee minute. Link is in the chat if anyone wants to join. And we'll give it a couple of minutes. If no one joins, sure, we'll start the next letter.
How many minutes is a couple? I'm always so unsure about
It's 11:37 on my clock right now. We'll give it to 11:40.
That's okay.
Or you want to we'll give it to 45. There you go. That gives them 8 minutes to get in, Richard. So you're going to have to entertain us for 8 minutes.
Well, where's Sergeant Sammy? Sambo.
His computer will probably take 8 minutes to fucking load up. Like, right. Anything coming up? You have Mac the Human tomorrow, yes?
Yeah. Unfortunately, our zebra friend won't be able to make it. There's been a delay in shipping his new earphones. The old ones absolutely crapped the bed. Oh, peace and respect, Bree.
We do not
Um,
mind if you're in the shower. You've clearly got your phone with you because you're actually watching. So just hit that button anyway and keep the camera up high. We'll be fine. We'll be grand.
you always use an icon. Don't need to see you showering. And Clout.
Clout,
I
come
think
on
Clout
in.
just came in. Yeah.
Clout, you will have something interesting
You
to say.
never. People always say I wouldn't have anything interesting to say, but I always think that too. I always think I'm not going to have anything interesting to say, but
No,
once
you
you get
don't.
on the topic,
No, you don't.
stuff happens.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You're not modest when it comes to this sort of stuff. You know your shit.
Well, it's subjective whether or not someone else finds it interesting.
What?
I mean, I'm riveted. I think this stuff is super interesting, always.
Good job you can't see over there. This part of the study's still not fucking clean. It's a disaster. And the child's got a fucking seat in her toy box at the minute because I'm moving seats around and stuff around and oh, disaster. Come on, Clout. Hit that button.
I don't think they're going to hit the button.
Not gonna hit that button, man.
Which is funny because I've seen Clout a few times and liked what they wrote in side chat, which means they do have things to say.
But
That's just me.
it's a big jump. I don't know. How was it for you when you first started doing this? Were you that enthused that you didn't care? I actually
I was
watched.
scared out of my mind.
I watched our first interaction online before Skylar's for like 7 minutes. Hello, Clout.
Yo.
Peace and respect, Clout.
Oh, what's up,
Thanks.
Richard?
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think I have anything interesting to say, but you guys are fun.
You
I don't wanna be
never
mean.
know. You never know. You could have something. We just have to provoke you into having thoughts that you wouldn't naturally have. That's all.
Well, Clout, you did say that the show was an enjoyable watch whenever you do get to catch it live. What is it you enjoy about it? What can we bounce upon? Do you actually enjoy Revelations and reading the Bible?
I can't say I terribly enjoy reading the Bible. I do like listening to Richard read the Bible. I think he has a certain unique take on it that I honestly like. I wish more of the faithful in my life had the kind of approach that you take towards it, Richard. I think you're just there's an imagination there. There's like, some kind of goals that are very altruistic that I don't often hear from people. And I don't know. I respect it. It's a really unique take on all this stuff. And while
Thanks,
I may
it's
not
mine.
agree,
totally stole it.
I believe it. All of my beliefs are stolen too.
Right on.
He's approachable.
Yeah.
He's honest. He doesn't. I don't think Richard judges. Richard is.
These are qualities I respect.
Yeah. Richard knows
There's
he's
nothing
crazy.
to judge, though. That's the thing. There's nothing to be judged about. So why should anyone be judging?
See, your form of Christianity accepts that. Your form of Christianity, because it's aliens, so to speak, and I'm going to just, broad brush it. It's aliens versus humans on Earth. It's all the humans on Earth. Rather than with Christianity, it's America against Iraq or some fucking shit. Islam v Christianity.
You're right. That's horrible.
It's everybody as a human is accepted. So
Yeah.
there's no reason to be a cunt to anybody because we're all human.
Right.
Give me 1 second out of this buyout.
Yeah. There is no marked difference between human beings. I loved the movie, the new what is it? War of the Worlds or whatever it was with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that because they made them three-legged. You never see something that has 3 legs, an animal that has 3 legs. Now that's really an alien idea, And I'd expect something, if it were truly alien, to have evolved differently than we did and be completely freaking different.
Yeah.
Like maybe have its mouth on the back of its neck.
I mean,
Like
I
actually
suppose
different.
like on the subject of aliens, like I think it's so interesting just because it's such an open door, right? Like there's no way to have a realistic expectation, right? So just as much, or sorry,
No. Mine was more just anecdotal. Go on ahead with your point.
So just as much as it, like, it'd be truly amazing if they just fell out of the sky and, like, yeah, they've got this giant gaping mouth on the back of their head. On the other hand, it's almost just as likely that they look exactly like us and we wouldn't know one if we saw one, right? It's perfectly possible and reasonable to expect that as well. And, like, why do they look like us? I don't know.
Let's see, what would decide something like that? How similar the environments were between planets. That's what would decide that, right?
Environmental pressures as well.
That's what I mean. Have to have the same. That
well,
sort of
no,
thing,
you could have the
As well
exact,
as the
exact same
atmospheric
environment, but you could have a completely different creature depending on the pressures around.
Yeah, just look at the ocean, deep sea fish versus, like surface level fish. Or, look at the difference between oxygen in the atmosphere today versus what it was when, mosquitoes were the size of terriers, right?
Yeah. The anecdotal
Because he'd
thing.
have nothing to say, Robbie.
No.
Poor guy. Got nothing to say.
Whenever I first started working at the new job that I'm working in, I don't know what makes this noise, but you know that noise from War of the Worlds that's that they make. Right. That randomly happens at work. Now, I know now that it just happens at work and I'm fine, but for like the first week it was like, does anyone else hear War of the Worlds? Like, what the fuck's going on?
Wait, I know something that makes that noise. Do you guys have an inductive bearing heater?
Maybe. No,
inductive
heater.
bearing heaters will make that
Oh,
noise.
no, you said heater. No. There's no heating at work. No, it's a factory.
No. It doesn't heat space. It heats bearings.
No. We wouldn't have that. It's more than likely a sticky roof crane. Probably stuck on the runners. But, yeah. Swear to fuck, War of the Worlds.
If I ever heard that sound in real life, I think I'd just die.
Yeah.
Like consciously on the spot, just like, nope, I'm over it. Dead.
Gone. I'm gone.
I hope you're wrong. I hope you. Not that I would mind seeing you born. I'll change your diaper. But it'd be cooler if you just like lived through it.
Oh, it's like, well, I lived through it. Like, what? Tom Cruise, within 10 minutes of that movie beginning, was literally covered in the dust of other human beings. Not a lot of people.
Not exactly the same. Not exactly the same scenario. Not exactly the same. But I could still see people like crapping their pants and dying of heart attacks when heaven arrives. I totally.
This is the problem I'm going to have, Richard. I was thinking this right earlier in the show. Okay, so the aliens arrive. We're gonna refer to them as aliens and all this here. We're gonna just be straight up here, okay? So the aliens arrive, and previous Jesus comes out of the ship, and he comes down, and he finds new Jesus on our planet. And while he's doing that, the world is being invaded. Daddies are being ripped from their families. Everybody's being measured and put in internment camps, and all that shit's happening, right? 40 days later, the devil arrives.
Yeah.
Is my voice in audio? Because there seems to be a delay where I'm looking at and my hand movements. But 40 days later, the devil arrives. So the devil comes in, and his job is to convince them to join his team.
Well, just to stay on the earth and keep doing what you're doing.
Stay on the earth and keep doing what they're doing. Well, then how is he going to get us up onto his ship?
Oh, no, he doesn't actually get them to go onto their ship, to his ship.
Did we not make a reference to the Borg?
Yes, the Borg and hell. But we just never got into how hell works. As far as I can tell, we never got into that.
Okay, well, if you're going to say die and death, can you make a differentiation between a spiritual death and a physical death when you do that, please?
There's no such thing as a spiritual death.
Okay, so the physical death, and then he steals their spiritual bodies.
Whatever is intrinsic advantageous for him to steal about a human being, that's the thing he steals. He actually, like him and his kind and all of his ships that arrive here, which is not his total fleet. Probably not by a long shot. Because later some more of his fleet comes back and like picks up the remains.
Well, that's what I was going to say to you. You know, if your version of your aliens, the good aliens, are coming to take our metals and things so they can run their ships.
Their metals.
Yes, and run their ships and do what they need to do. How does the devil keep coming after them if every port that he gets to fill up again is empty?
He doesn't fill up at port. In fact, his car gets destroyed when he lands.
How?
His cars get destroyed. He doesn't get to take any with him.
Right.
How's he building new cars?
You said
Yeah,
that,
they
you
just
said
are
that
always
Hell's a,
building.
right. So Hell's a giant fleet of ships that's way over here, and a small fleet
Comes here after us.
comes here after us.
Yeah, small detachment probably, but I guess it's some kind of an honor that Satan himself, the god of their kind, shows up.
Well, he's just maybe their head general, being that Jesus and God can be a job, the devil could be a job.
He calls himself a god. He calls himself a god in the Bible. So
he could be. He could just be a megalomaniac, you know. But
could be, but it looks like he's in charge. Like everybody's scared to death of him. All of his kind obey him.
yeah, head general. Anyway, doesn't
Same thing,
matter.
head
The
general
point,
god, whatever.
the fuck,
Sure.
right? Point is, he gets here, and his clout is brought up. His ship, he crashes his ship because he's a real bad pilot for being the leader
No,
of all
no. Because of the war in the heavens, Michael damages all their ships. They have to come here because apparently they're oxygen breathers. Like they don't have a choice.
Right. So
It's
they're
come here or die. Yeah.
Oh, hold on now. But why did they come here in the first place? Why did they leave the main fleet of ships?
Oh, to win humans.
Right.
To
So they
convince
came
them
here.
to stay on their Earth.
Okay. So
Yeah.
small
Which
detachment.
they were going to land one way or another, but not the best of conditions when they do land.
Small attachment leaves hell, comes over,
Yeah.
lands on Earth, tries to get to Earth, but your good aliens, because this is their main fleet with all their big guns, see this small fleet coming and they shoot at it, and it crash lands on Earth.
Yeah, we have the war in the heavens, which it looks like it's going to be in amongst the asteroid belts between Mars and Jupiter. It's what it looks like where it's going to be.
Is my story?
So we'll be like standing on the Earth at night with not much light pollution because no electricity, watching them. It's going to look like Star Wars, man. It'd be pretty crazy.
Maybe it's a bit far away, but anyway, the point is, so that's what happens. Main fleet shoots down Devil, right? Devil crash lands on Earth. Then there's 7 years where the Devil is hiding amongst us. 3 years, sorry.
3.5. 3.5.
3.5. Still a multiple of 7. I'm close enough. Right? So 3.5 years where the Devil hides amongst us, trying to convince him. No.
Not hiding. Not hiding.
If
No,
he's,
not hiding at all.
right. Well, if he's not hiding, why doesn't the boys upstairs just come down and shoot the cunt?
They could.
But they don't.
So that's the question. What prevents them?
There is no such thing as an angel that will directly kill something.
All right, give me the gun. I'll do it.
Yeah, that's
If
fine.
it's
If you have
killing the devil,
opportunity.
like it sounds
more
like a
than
worthy
welcome.
cause.
I don't think you're going to have the opportunity.
So
But
you're saying
it's
that
my
the good
sentiment.
the good aliens are that good they don't murder.
Yeah, they don't kill things.
They don't kill things. Except
they don't
everybody that
kill-
stays on the fucking planet and the entire genocide of the fucking world.
They don't kill them. They say in no uncertain terms, we are going to take these materials. Everyone's
So they're
all
happy to kill through
well-informed.
negligence.
They are negligently killing, yes, but they won't directly kill, apparently.
Okay. Thank you for that clarification though. It's not that you're going to stick with one. You're saying that they will negligently let people die, but
Sure, they'll let you die.
they'll let you die,
Yeah.
but they won't go out of their way to kill you.
Right.
So the
Apparently
Christian
that's
Bale
like
in the
the
first
rule.
Batman movie, they just don't save you and let
Right.
you die. Right.
Right. Well, it looks like they do a lot to get people to go ahead and accept the new paradigm.
You see, this
the
is where I was
utopian
getting
society,
to, right?
Go to heaven.
This is where I'm getting to, right? This is the whole point of the whole story, and the point of it just before we let Sam ask a
go
question
ahead.
here. We've got the devil on Earth, and the devil is not hiding.
Sure.
The devil is all blah blah blah
Right.
blah 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 doing his thing, right? Trying to
Right.
convince people to not listen to the aliens, the good aliens. Now, from the perspective of someone on the Earth, right? You have got your good aliens, okay, who have done all these things and put all of us in fucking fences and all this shit that I've mentioned now 3 times in this stream. From my point of view, your good aliens, bad
Are
bastards.
the bad guys.
And I've got this guy who's crash landed on the planet saying, these boys are fuckers and I'm here to save you. It sounds
Yep.
slightly reversed.
It does. In fact, it's so hard to figure out that there's a Bible quote that says, "I will have to keep the time short so that not the elect, even the elect, would be fooled."
It says time short in this as well. Well, not time short. I will come quick. Very, very. Behold, I come quickly.
Yeah, from when it's understood.
Yeah. We lost Sam. And he's back again.
He's back. So
I mean-
yeah, it's not easy to sort out. That's true.
There we go. Welcome, Sam.
Hiya. Well, Richard.
Peace and respect, Sambo. In fact, it's so bad that it's not until the beast of Satan has a statue made of him. Well, Satan makes a statue of the beast of Satan, which is a regular dude, by the way. It's just a regular guy. Look like any of us.
The beast of Satan.
The beast of Satan, just a regular guy, look like any of us.
Right. So the
Right?
beast of Satan is the Antichrist, basically.
The Antichrist. Okay, I'll use the word Antichrist. So the Satan makes a statue of the Antichrist, right? And everybody's kind of cool with that until they're told they have to worship it. Then if you don't worship it, it like physically gets up and seeks you out and murders you. That's when people go, whoa, 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 wait a minute.
That sounds like, what do you call it? That fucking sci-fi movie with a giant silver robot, like just going on a fucking.
But I know what kind of a statue can move and kill you. That's a robot.
Mhm.
Yeah,
The day the earth
exactly
stood
where
still.
you jump to. Yeah.
Right. What is the relation of the Antichrist to the devil? Would the Antichrist be the general, possibly?
Would the Antichrist be the general? The Antichrist is actually not like in charge of any Satan or his kind, apparently.
Does the Antichrist
But
come from Earth?
He's used as a human Queen of England to go, look, here's one of yours that agree with me. I'm trying to show you I'm a good guy.
Oh, a patsy.
A patsy.
Right.
There you go.
So the Antichrist is a patsy. Now, does the patsy come from Earth, or is the patsy just a made-up figure?
Apparently born a little bit before the Christ figure is born, a little bit older than he is.
Right.
The story says that he's handsome. He's a good speaker. He's a strong-looking person. He looks very, very healthy, very trustworthy kind of guy. Knows the Bible inside and out.
Has anybody spoke to Jeff about this? 'Cause Jeff Spatchcock, you need to watch out. Could be the Antichrist. We don't know. Richard says it's coming. Jeff could be the Antichrist.
I
Well,
doubt
wait,
Jeff is
wouldn't the Antichrist be kind of, I don't know, 2020 plus years old right now?
No,
No,
that's a Christian misunderstanding that I personally can't adopt.
it hasn't happened yet. So when it happens, Christ will be 30, 34, whatever fucking age he is. He will only have been born.
Between, according to the tradition, he has to be between the ages of 40 and 60 when he starts his job. That's the years of preaching.
What age are you, Richard?
I'm 53.
Oh, so
About to
we've
turn
another. If
54.
it happens within the next 7 years, you still could be Jesus.
Oh, sure.
Brilliant. Just checking, because I'd like to know the guy in charge. Right. So the patsy, the Antichrist, he's just some guy on Earth that got picked out of the crowd that they're just going to use.
Sure. Here's something I've never shared with you. I've had a vision of the Antichrist. There was a Native American woman who told me about the Antichrist. And then I met the guy.
Met him in a vision, or you didn't meet him physically?
In the order I just gave you, I physically met him, though. Like, he gave me a ride for 2 hours.
You have met your version of...
I have met what I think is the Antichrist, which I knew what he looked like. I actually had a drawing of him before I met him.
From a vision.
A vision for me, and the word of a woman who was given a vision.
Now, I've never given you a ride, Richard.
It wasn't you.
Right. I was just thinking that too.
No, this is
No,
not...
I'll tell you what this guy looked like.
Right. No. Forget about... You can tell us what he looks like. I have one question to ask.
Yeah.
Happens between 40 and 60. What age was this guy approximately looking wise when you met him? And how long ago was it? I'm just trying to figure out how long I've got, playing the stock market here.
He looked like he was in his early 40s. That's what he looked like to me. And this was back in 2000 and let me think exactly when it was. Mid 2012.
So, in the next 10 years. If it sticks between the 40 and the 60.
I've been saying that the whole time. I think it's in the next.
Yes, I know, but you can say that all you want from your interpretation of the Bible, but not to say that you have now physical evidence, but you now have a time scale through a physical person, if you understand what I mean. You can make up numbers.
And through a comet.
Yeah, but you can make up numbers in your head by reading just the book. I know that's
You
rude,
could.
right?
No, it's fine.
But
It's
talking to someone
fine.
physical,
You guys
and
heard so much crap from so many people. I don't blame you.
including this guy in your story and giving him a
Yeah.
physical age gives an actual definite time scale that we
Sure.
can work with. So talk's sake,
Well, you know,
if it doesn't have, if I go and look this guy up, right? Say for talk's sake, we found out who this guy was and went and looked it up, and he had had a fucking car accident or picked some other bearded idiot up, and that bearded idiot stabbed him, and now he's dead. Then that would go
Right.
against what you're saying. You know what I mean?
it would. It would.
It would be. It's. I can't go against what you're saying with the Bible because they're just words. But including someone physical,
I've never met anyone so scary in my life as that. That guy scared the crap out of me.
did you,
Seriously.
did you write his license plate down?
People don't keep license plates forever. He's
No,
a little
but-
bit. He's a little bit taller than me. He's more built than I am. Good looking guy, smart guy,
Why did he scare
good
you?
build.
Did he have a bad aura, or did he like wave a gun in your face?
No, he told me. He told me how he lost all love for human beings. He told me that story, and it scared the crap out of me. Scariest story I ever heard in my life, actually. Like, he was 15 years old. He was raised in Roman Catholic Church. He's one of 6 kids. He got a hunger for knowing the truth about the Holy Spirit and spirituality and stuff and spiritualism when he was only 15 years old. By the time he got to college, he had spent countless hours studying all these different religions. He tried several times to have a Holy Spirit experience. You know, the Christians are always talking about the kind where you just like fall on the floor and piss your pants and puke and whatever.
This wasn't Jim Majors. Did he have a really good mustache?
No, it wasn't Jim Majors. This guy's as handsome as Jim. I think Jim Majors is really pretty for a man. He's not feminine, but he's pretty. You know what I'm saying? But this guy was
Definitely
handsome
doesn't
like
look
that.
like
He had piercing like blue-gray eyes, good strong chin. He liked to be clean shaven. He wore glasses, but not for driving. And he liked the casual Fridays look, you know, like blue jeans but nice dress shoes.
How do you know he wore
button-up shirt.
glasses? How do you know How do you know the reason why he wore his glasses? How do you know that?
Dude, we talked.
Just a strange thing to say. If I see someone wearing glasses, I just assume they need glasses. I don't
I
specifically.
was doing my best to pump him for information without looking like I was pumping him for information.
How long were you in the car
Richard.
with him?
It was about 2 hours, a little less.
And when did it click?
When did it click? When I opened the car door and there he was.
Right. Well, if I opened the car
Like,
door,
there's the dude that just got described to me that I just had a vision of. Like, that's the guy.
right. Well, I'd probably close the door. I don't know about anyone else, but if I opened the door,
Maybe I'm stupid.
if I opened
Maybe I'm stupid, but I was just curious.
no, okay, I understand that, right? I just okay. I'm picking
I
apart.
couldn't
the story.
say no.
Look,
I
I'm here
mean,
to pick apart your story. I'm doing my fucking job. All right. Why could you not say no?
like it was. It
You're
was
the
funny.
devil.
I did a-
I'm not getting in the fucking car with
He's
you.
not the devil. He's a human being. But I like opened the car door and there he was, like the face and everything. Like I recognized the skin tone, the eye color, everything was perfect.
Could you draw a picture?
And my whole world just goes warp. And I was like, whoa! I had to like grab hold of the car door and like brace myself for a second.
Dave, I know you're
It
probably
was
not
pretty crazy,
watching.
actually.
Somebody remind me to tap Dave. We're going to get one of them basic facial recognition softwares where you don't actually get something to draw. It's like them eyes are good, them nose is good, and it changes.
Oh, I'd love to do that.
And we can get a picture of the Antichrist. We should do that some night.
I'd love to do that. He has that.
No, but Dave's smart enough to go and find it and work it.
Yeah, he's good at that. Dave's
I'm
incredible
hoping.
at that stuff,
I'm
yeah.
hoping. It could be easy, but that's what we'll do. Like,
I mean, I've drawn pictures of this guy, and
Richard, who do we know that has a database of over maybe 10,000 faces and owns AI?
what?
Nerdy Rodent. Nerdy Rodent builds brains and stuff on computers and has all this mad stuff he makes and puts on Twitter that he has
I
access.
didn't know that.
Yeah. Nerdy, are you out there? Are you still watching? Yeah. Nerdy has AI in his house. He builds like computer AI and he has databases
No
of
idea.
people's faces because he uses them for, making mad stuff. You should see some of the mad things that his AI comes up with. But yeah,
I know that Nerdy's a smart dude, says some really funny stuff, but that's really all I know, I guess.
I think he also has access to the Fountain of Youth because he looks about 20 years younger than what he actually is. I don't know what it is, whether he's got really good oil of Ule or...
Him and Marty Camejo, unreasonably young looking.
Handsome.
Must be using the same thing that I'm using.
Really?
Yeah, dead baby flesh. That's
Right, well, I will pass over the floor to anyone else.
That'll be a lot of fun. Let's try to set that up.
Yeah,
That would be pretty cool.
I would like to know what the face of the Antichrist looks like.
Like this dude's face is burnt into my memory. I mean, I can describe him so well.
And kind of at this point, I just want to know, like, does it look like me or anyone I know, so I know who to avoid, right? Like,
well, by now he's a mid 50 years old bald dude that likes to be clean shaven. He likes nice clothes.
You're very poignant. You're very poignant on the clean shaven. Is that to make the effort against the beards?
No, it's just that's how he likes. He's got a Jean-Luc Picard natural that he shaved down to like a Jean-Luc Picard.
Well, you can't be
so
evil and have
totally
anything
bald.
to do with Jean-Luc Picard. That's just that's not cool at all. Patrick Stewart
is not cool. Well, he's trying to look like a good guy.
I'm
That's
in series 6 of Voyager. There's only 7 series, and then after that, I'm going to Picard, and hopefully, get all caught up again. And just it's nice to watch them. But no, Cisco's the better captain. Sorry. Cisco beats Picard. It's just the way.
Don't even know who.
Well,
Cisco
except
is,
Cisco
anyway.
wasn't a captain.
Deep Space Nine. Yeah.
He commanded a space station that went fucking nowhere.
Oh, come
Picard
on, man!
forever.
He also wasn't shot. He was the captain of the Defiant. Okay.
How many times did the Enterprise get taken over by some aliens? Because that's
probably zero.
Taken the hell over.
The reason that it didn't happen and
Better
they didn't do it was because it was a different orientation of type of story. No, they changed it up when they went to Deep Space Nine. Rather than doing episode per episode, they decided to have more of a long-standing story to correlate with Babylon 5, because Babylon 5 was coming out and doing that sort of thing.
Had a long continuous story. Yeah, and actually, I honestly totally agree with you. Deep Space Nine was far superior.
Brilliant. Thank you. We agree. That's it.
I liked Voyager when I was younger because it had all the weirdness to it. Like that was really fun as a teenager and in my early 20s. But now Deep Space Nine, now that I'm closer to 40, like that makes way more sense.
I'm at work now with headphones in, listening to the Voyager episodes because I've seen them that much. I don't need the visual. I'm working away and I can see the visual here while I'm doing my job because you've watched it that fucking much. But anyway. We're Star Trekking across the universe here.
Yeah, no, I'm actually going to get out of here because my workday is over, so I'm going to walk away from this computer. But this has been a lot of fun, guys. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, you guys are the shit. Later.
Sam, have you any... I know you were loading up your computer, but were you listening to Richard's description of the story of how the devil gets here and all on your phone? And have you any questions you would like to ask Richard?
Yes. Well, it took at least 10 minutes there to get that computer up and going. But you're talking about... Now, hear me out. You're talking about the 7 spirits. I only know about the 3. Can Richard explain that a bit more, if you understand what I mean?
Sure, absolutely, no problem. I don't know what you mean by the 3 spirits unless you mean the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Is that what you mean?
Yes, that's what I mean.
Okay. Christians talk a lot about the Trinity, and they probably should, okay? And that's fine. But when I say the 7 spirits of God, I mean the central figure of the Trinity, the 4th part, which is a culmination of all parts. That's what I mean by God, okay? So if you've ever seen the classic chart, you have like a centerpiece, and that's labeled God, right?
Yeah.
And then you've got the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost as a Trinity around God.
Like a Venn
when
diagram.
I say 7 spirits of God, I'm talking about God itself. Okay.
Okay.
So the 7, which means that the Father perfectly complies to God, the Son perfectly complies to God, the Holy Spirit perfectly complies to God, but God is none of those 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So the 7 spirits of God, as listed in the Bible, from what I can understand and remember right now, are, and in this order, one building on the next one. The most primary thing, wisdom. Beyond that, knowledge, counsel, understanding, fear, as in a respectful fear, not a frightful fear, power, and conservation. Okay? Now, if you thought about social standards that could cause, possibly, a very successful society, that sounds like a pretty good list to me. First, wisdom, then knowledge, counsel, understanding, fear, power, and conservation. And that's what the Bible lists as the 7 spirits of God.
And just another thing I want to say to you, Richard. At the start of the program, you were asked about Sergeant Sam. Did MathPig know Sergeant Sam?
He just asked if you're the one that I know in real life. Yeah. He knows. Yeah. He was just making the correlation between this physical face and the actual name in the chat, because last time you were on, you called yourself Sambo, which is why he asked for clarification if Sergeant Sam was Sambo.
Okay, yeah.
So is that satisfactory?
Go ahead, Sam. What did you say?
I said, how is Richard anyway?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I said, I promised can I call you by your first name tonight?
Oh yeah, I don't give a shit. Everybody knows me as Robbie. Yeah, I don't care.
I promised Robbie the night I wouldn't have a drink. I have not a drink, but I'm going to have one now.
Is there anything that was on your mind that you thought was very, very important from one of the past shows? Or was it just the 7 spirits thing?
No, I enjoy your shows. I tell Robbie every time, you're brilliant. I love the discussion. I love you arguing. Not the arguing, debate. Fantastic. No, but it was just that 7 on the 3 that was confusing me. But now I get it. You were talking about 1, not the 3.
Right.
I think Sam also sees the fact that we have a camaraderie, Richard. It's Sam wants to ask more of these questions, but he's only coming into the community now, so there's a lot of things that we would say and talk about and stuff that is on his mind but doesn't have a label for. Whenever you're in this fucking shit long enough, you can say pantheist and theist and agnostic, and we all know what we're talking about. Some people don't when they're only coming in. You're very approachable, as we were talking earlier, and this show gives Sam the opportunity to come in and get to know the community, and even if it's off topic with what we're talking about on the show, it's still a chance for him to. You're a very approachable Christian.
I have been talking for the last several years about things like epistemology and logical problems with Christianity, and why people see the Bible the ways that they do, and how that's probably best approached. So I like to offer myself up and say, this is one of my favorite, I'll present it as a game. What's the most ridiculous story? The one that absolutely can't be true. I love that game. Because if you actually look into the definitions and context deeply enough, these stories are not telling the same story that the Christians tell. And actually, they are plausible in reality. So that's one of my favorite games. If you ever want to play what's the most ridiculous story, I'd be happy to play that with you.
Can I go back at you? As Robbie knows, I'm a Christian. I don't live. I'm not a living Christian, if that makes any sense.
I got you.
But
structurally, you're a fucking.
So go ahead, Robbie. Go ahead.
I know you're more of a deist, more of a pantheist, but anyway, you say what you want to be. I'm just picking on you.
Yeah, work away. But
it's helping with the terms.
But sitting in the church or sitting listening to Richard, I would rather sit and listen to Richard because it makes more sense.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Sambo.
Thank you.
So 1968 was a good year, wasn't it, Richard?
It was for me.
Same age.
Are we?
Oh, yeah.
How many months apart? I'm May.
Whoa. What day?
The 7th.
19 days apart.
Wow.
I was born the 26th.
It's pretty close on.
Yeah. It was a good month, too.
Well, you do see this bull right here, right?
Oh yeah.
The Toyota symbol.
It was a Toyota symbol.
It's a
Now
totally
it's
the
a Taurus
Toyota.
symbol.
Fucking.
The circle is gone. It's an ancient Taurus symbol. It's very accurate for Taurus. It really is.
Well, I'm a Gemini because I'm clear at the end.
So am I.
I'm a Leo. What's
So
your
early
right? Hold on.
June, Sam? Early June?
22nd of May.
Oh, 22nd. Also,
Richard.
Wow, right past the cusp.
Richard, you said that we get judged by our star signs.
Birth sign. Yeah.
Right. I think that's a bit. What sort of judgment are we getting by our birth signs?
No. Not judged by, sectionalized by.
Oh, sectionalized by. All right.
It's just so there's 12 equal. There's the same amount of humans in every section. That's all it does. Which is why everywhere around the world you have 12 birth signs. And 12 months of the year and 12 divisions. So just so we divide it evenly. That's all.
Well, I was going to go with the question because I misunderstood it as judgment by star signs. So I was going to ask what judgment does each of our star signs get?
Right. I don't see anything about that in any religion, including astrology.
Can I say something here, Robbie?
No.
No.
You're going to say it anyway, so why ask?
Just say it.
Yeah, see when you're doing a discussion and you have the say 20 verses up or chapters or whatever the fuck
We have
it
the
is.
screen share up, yeah.
Is there any way, I'm only asking, you could highlight what verse you're talking about?
If I
Not in
downloaded,
blue, but in yellow.
if I fucking downloaded it and did it, I've done that in previous series. I downloaded the
You know what I
actual.
mean?
I did, but you see, the thing is, on the very first episode, we were a little short in time, so this is the one we found,
Okay.
and I like to stick with what we started with.
Is
Usually,
blue
what
highlighting
For the
okay?
series. Okay.
yeah, we could do the blue highlighting, but the blue highlighting's very fucking bland, and it's not. I'll see what we
It's
can
just
do.
it's just for me. You're like, where the fuck are we? Where
No,
are
I
we?
agree. Usually that is what we do. I have a downloaded version, and what we do is we go through it. We even fucking highlight certain sections in different colors that we would go back to, and then at the after party we scroll through the thing looking for colors and go, right, what is
Okay.
this about? Oh yes, and then we have a thing. So it's maybe something we'll look into. Like, it does helps with a bit of crack and a bit of after party. Like, let's farm. Have you any questions for Richard?
well, I missed the show, unfortunately, because I missed my notification, but I was fascinated when he was talking about meeting the Antichrist. And I do think that getting that software is a good idea.
Yeah.
I'd like to see what he looks like.
Yeah, wouldn't you?
It's a boring rendering. It looks like a normal dude. Like a really normal dude.
Well, this should make
You
it
know,
very.
there's nothing all that interesting about him, really.
Well, you see, that's
know
the
I'll-
thing as well. If he's very bland and very normal, and if we end up doing this, and I do like a search on Google, and he looks like 80% of all Americans, you know,
No. He doesn't look. You know what? He looks like the kind of guy that you'd want to run for president.
Hold on a
Something
second.
like that.
You've seen the Antichrist?
I believe I have met.
Yes, this
the
is what I was
Antichrist
asking.
myself.
When you were loading your computer, were you listening in to the story of Richard saying this?
No, I turned everything off so I can.
Right, we'll
hang
not
on.
go over it again.
No.
We'll go over
Right,
it again.
okay,
He
okay,
can
okay,
tell you
okay.
the story again when we go off, because we're going to end now very
Yeah,
soon
yeah,
anyway. Because we've been going for just over an hour, so that's the episode anyway. So we'll maybe chat for a wee while. But Richard, you've got Mac tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Anything else this week?
Nothing else scheduled for this week.
I have the Reverend Ron, I think his name is. Let me see if I can
Reverend
find
Ron,
it.
is he an atheist or is he a theist or?
No. He's a Christian. He reached out on Twitter and he was looking for people for genuine conversations. He didn't. He's a small wee channel, and his, I wouldn't say rhetoric, the way he put himself forward on Twitter, he seemed genuine. He didn't seem like a troll, you know.
Nice.
So he said, my DMs are open, reach out. I sent him a DM saying, look, if you need anyone to come onto the channel, I'll come on. He says, I'm pretty small at the minute. I don't know about who I'm going to have on, but would you mind if I came on yours? I said, yes, he's coming on Thursday. Let me see if I can find...
Hook us up, man. If you find him to be honest, hook us up.
It. Reverend Ron. Yes, Reverend Ron's Revelation Room.
That's pretty specific. I could probably find that.
Oh no, here I'll put the link. I'll put the link in the live chat. You can see the live chat, Richard.
Yes.
Right. So it's in the live chat. That'll save me having to do it twice.
Yeah.
Reverend Ron's Revelation Room. 37 subscribers. Fucking like very little videos. I think maybe 10 or 12.
Just like there's no D on the end of Coven, there's no T on the end of Reverend.
Reverend.
It ends in the letter D, not T.
Shut up. All right. Slightly talk over here. All right. So yeah, he's only got like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12 episodes.
Yeah.
He's already on season 2 and he's only 12 episodes. But he started a year ago.
Short seasons.
I don't know, man. Maybe 3 episodes a season. They're mini-series. I don't know. But he's coming on Thursday. We're going to have him on Thursday. And then next Tuesday, obviously, we'll have Richard. I think then the Thursday after that is Canon Wars. Then that Saturday, I'm doing 2 hours for part of Diana's 24-hour stream. We're trying to raise a wee bit of money for Diana and her kidneys and dialysis and stuff like that there. And then the Saturday after that, we're having the witch on.
The what?
The witch.
The witch.
We're having a
Which
witch.
witch?
Oh, her name is Marie. She also, funny story, I told the guy I get my weed off, I have the channel, because he's an atheist and we've discussed, light, very light. In the 10 minutes you're in the car, mentioned it. He's an atheist. We bantered back and forth. He knows a witch. She says that she wanted to get into podcasting and would be interested in conversations.
You're the guy to teach her.
He then put the two of us together. She only lives 10 minutes from here, like. So she called over last Tuesday. That's why we swapped last Tuesday to last Wednesday, Richard, and got to know her. And she's agreed to come on the 12th, which is a Saturday. So she's no kid.
Great.
And we can sit and what the plan is. And she's up for an after party. We're going to have a wee drink and relax because it'll be her first time in stream. And she wants to get out of her comfortable zone. She wants to get in. And she describes herself as an official witch because she's went through a ceremony. I'll not discuss the ceremony. We'll save that for the actual interview. But yeah, we bounced back and forth on some few things. I wouldn't say we've butted heads. I interpret her beliefs as a quantum mythicist. I don't really... Quantum mythicism is what it is, She didn't even know that was a name. So like SAMMY, it's all learning. It's all basic. We're just trying to get... I'm doing what I'm doing, but in real life now. I'm grabbing real life people and dragging them in,
But here, it's just good looking though.
For fuck's sake, does that even matter? Like, does that even matter?
It does to him.
Right. Well, on that's what the schedule is. We should be having some good shows coming up. Definitely hit the subscribe button, hit that button, members, all that fucking Patreon bollock stuff. And thank you very much for everyone that's contributed. And massive, like GeoSam. Look, who doesn't love GeoSam? This motherfucker bought me this. All right.
It's nice.
Oh man. Oh. Click. Right. Anyway, on that note, we will end this show. We will see you all back here on Thursday for the Reverend Ron's Revelation Room. Peace and respect.
I'll be there.
Always hope to do better than you deserve. Not right, Richard?
That is right.
See you all later. Good night. Oh, think for yourselves too, people.